Hey all, thanks for tuning back into the channel here. It's been a long while since I made a video, and basically it's just because of winter time here. We had a pretty rough winter. We're in Wisconsin, and lots of snow and lots of temperatures below 20 into the teens. I had a lot of sub-zero days, so I don't know, once it gets into the teens I don't really like working outside if I don't have to, so all my boat projects kind of got pushed off and didn't really have anything in the garage. So but here we are. We're gonna walk in the back 40 here where I got all the boats and stuff stored. Here you can see the barge project still sitting there looking pretty rough. I just gotta pull it out of there. Got a bunch of junk stacked on top and get my barrels readjusted. There's the sister and brother-in-laws. Well, probably can't even see it with the sun glaring. Their pontoons out there. But here's the real project for today. Winter was pretty hard on the old Chris Craft and my building here. We had a storm that came through that had about 60-mile-an-hour winds. It ripped the whole top off the boat shed here, and I had the top off the John boat, as you can see, and it was up on some sawhorses I had tucked back here, and I had actually had it screwed down to the sawhorses, but it picked the whole dang thing up and tipped it over and busted it up a little bit and ripped my window off. So we'll get that all fixed up, no big deal. Other than that, it's just straightening some panels out and whatnot, but it's pretty tough. You can actually stand up on this. I know all the videos everybody says in the comments it looks flimsy and it's cheap. Well, I've pulled it down the road at 70 miles an hour and it's fine, but you know how storms are, they'll smack stuff around. But here we are anyways. So the old Chris Craft, the 258 concept. We're gonna see if we can get this top all straightened out and see if it's repairable, or we might just have to get another one, but that's what we're going to shoot for today. this is what's left of the canopy. It was the original canopy actually ripped a couple years back, so I got this tarp and had it all cinched down at all the eyelets, and as you can see, most of them ripped out. So I actually got or the grommets, I guess you'd call them. I got a new grommet installation tool, and like 250 grommets, big pack from Amazon. And oh, you can see, maybe not with this camera, right up by the chicken coop and the old cattle trailer that I used for the tongue on the barge there. There's a woodchuck just coming out of his hole. Groundhog. Anyways, so this was 30 by 50, I think is what this tarp was. And the boat shelter is only 30 feet long, and it's roughly 32 feet to make the arch from one end all the way across the top. So I think I had a bunch of extra for a doorway on the front, so I think I'm just gonna cut this. Hopefully I've got about 30 feet, which looks like I do, to the end, and I'll just cut it and then reinstall all the fresh grommets and all the way around, and then we'll toss it back on and cinch it on. But the problem I had was that storm that took it out at 60 plus mile per hour winds ripped it out of there, and then over the next day or two it was snowing, so it was all bunched up on the end, and snow and ice just sat on it and immediately froze it into the ground. So I couldn't pull it out. All I would do was rip it up more, so I just let it sit and ended up throwing a tarp over the boat. And as you can see, the one on the front kind of rolled back. It's actually two tarps, but the one over the back stayed on pretty good. And then I'd have to come out here every single time it snowed and shovel the snow off, because I just put a brand new cockpit cover and a new bimini top I got made. I don't know if I showed you guys that on a video or not, but that is all on there. So I didn't want it to all that weight sitting on the new top, so I had to come and shovel it, or use a broom actually, just to push it off. So we'll go get the grommet kit and some scissors and trim this thing up. All right, well, I measured it out. The length of the building there is actually 32 feet. So 32 feet, it's just about where the tape measure is sitting right there. And the first big tear, a couple feet extra, they'll be fine, giving me some overhang wrap over the last hoop there. And I actually had a crease where they folded it where I could see it, so I just spray painted it. Nice straight line, and then I'll just cut it there, and we'll just trash this, get rid of that section, and then we'll punch some new eyelets or grommets in there, replace all these, probably stagger them center of where the ones that ripped out, maybe put another, maybe double them, I don't know. So I've got so many grommets, that way we get a little extra. And then I might actually have to shorten it, because I had one end staked down and the other was tied to that bottom hoop. So we'll see. Once I get it over the building, we'll throw it up over it and then have it all taut, bring it down tight, and see if I should cut it or trim it up. But all right, here we go. That went pretty smooth. And that's it. So luckily it kind of ripped a fairly straight line right on a seam. So now I can just probably roll it back, maybe hold it down with some construction adhesive or hot glue or something, and then grime it through 2 layers. That way it's a little tougher. We'll try that. Alright, so here's my grommet kit I got. Comes with the installation tool, some grommets. I got a whole nother big giant bag I ordered. So we'll try it. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like you double them up. We'll see. I didn't think there was any instructions with it, so open this package up and see how we do. I got plenty to try, so if I screw up a couple, I don't think we're hurting anything. I'm not real sure if you're supposed to load them into this or how you're. Let's try that. We'll put one there, one there. Cinch it, and I think that's it. Let's try just one once. See what that does. Put it on the bottom. It didn't come out very good. Oh, now I see there's a bottom and a top. Okay, that makes sense. Put that one here. I'll try putting that there. Oh, there we go. See? That looks good. Like I said, it's not like I'm going for showroom quality here, but we'll just keep going and punching them in. Well, this is where I got it for the day. You can see I put in some nice grommets. I folded it over. Hopefully, going through 2 pieces of material is a little stiffens it up a little bit. But and then I just followed that bottom rail and I doubled. So all the grommets that were ripped out, I added. I replaced it and then I added another one halfway between the distance of the next one. So it's got double the grommets now. I just used zip ties right down to this lower frame, and just went all the way down. Here you can see where I kind of tucked it back. I'm going to do it some more and tighten those up so they're not flapping in the wind and everything. But that curve around it should keep everything nice and tight. It actually looks pretty decent. It's got some wrinkle in it, but I think what I'm going to do is wait till a nice sunny day. And then these bottom posts, let's see if you can get a look at them. You can loosen those up on both sides and then just step on it and it will tighten. It'll bring everything down and it'll tighten it right up. So I'm going to wait for a nice hot day when that tarp is out in the sun, and should draw it down nice and tight. And then I'm going to fill in if there is a little bit of a gap there. I'm going to just fill it in with some mulch and sand and whatever else I got, just that way the wind can't get up under it, and do a big lift off. So, and then on the back side here, I had this existing piece that was still in there from the original top. This is just temporary, but I'm going to run a cord through all the way around it and then cinch it kind of like that, like a big shoelace or something, you know, draw it all tight to each other. But then there'll be cordage going through the whole thing, and that will give it a little extra strength. And then I'll probably double up grommets and replace some too, because I didn't get to that, but that should keep it taut for the night here. But got a little slop on it here, but hopefully it holds out for a few days before I can get my mulch and everything put down and under there, and hopefully we get a sunny day and I can tension that down, make that gap or smaller, and make that tarp nice and tight. So other than that, came out pretty good. A little bit of a pain doing it by yourself, but yeah, sometimes you gotta do it. So